It's Fire Prevention Week, October 9th through 15th. The theme this year, Fire Won't Wait, Plan Your Escape. Good advice. We welcome Port Colborne Fire Chief Scott Lawson to the studio. Chief, how important is it for every household to have a plan to escape from any single room in that house?
Well, every room has a different danger, and to try to plan your escape during an incident, whether you have to use your primary escape, which could be the door out to the front yard, or for whatever reason you have to choose a window because that first exit is blocked. You need to know that before that incident happens. It's muscle memory. It's like sports. If you don't have that muscle memory at the time, you're not going to have a good result.
I remember my own kids in school, fire prevention officer paid a visit, talked about escape plans. The kids come home and they say to the parents, "Mom, Dad, my teacher and the fireman said we have to have an escape plan. How come we don't have one?" That's a really good prompt to get people to think about that, because often we don't consider it.
I think one of the greatest things that we do is we're very active in the schools, and we teach the kids fire prevention, because as adults, I mean, you're no different than me. We're busy, and we kind of sometimes forget those simple lessons in life. And it's great when the kids can bring those lessons home, refresh our memories, and then there's that level of ownership for the kids that they helped create that plan, and they're going to make sure that it's implemented.
Would you recommend that plan gets written down somewhere, kept in a safe place, kept in a number of different safe places?
It's great as long as it doesn't get lost in that top cupboard. It's something that's got to be pulled out and practiced. I don't think there's a guideline that says once, twice, 3 times a year, but it's a good thing to continue to practice to keep us remembering what we're supposed to do in the event of that emergency.
Practice is important. And again, sometimes we do the escape plan, we talk to our kids, talk to our family, we look at what the exit should be, but then we don't practice it. And that's the important part, isn't it?
But I always talk to the kids, it's like sports. I mean, the first time I kick a ball, I'm not going to be really good at it. But by the time I've done it 4 or 5 times, I'm going to get a little bit better. I'm going to get quicker, which is very, very important to us, right? We only have seconds count in this. And as we practice it, we get better. And that's the biggest part of why we have escape plans.
Do houses burn more quickly these days than they did 20, 30, 40 years ago?
They're saying that with the furniture nowadays, all the synthetics, I've heard it called solid gasoline. It's all oil-based, petroleum-based. And once it does get going, our temperatures are increasing, but the amount of smoke that's created, it's more toxic than our old wood. I mean, we've all sat around the campfire, got that little bit of smoke in our face. You know, not good for you, but it's not that toxins that we're getting in today's furnitures and our finishes.
You bring up smoke, and again, it's a good reminder during Fire Prevention Week when you're going over these escape plans to talk about what happens if the house does fill up with smoke.
Definitely. So I love this topic, home escape plans, because it really rolls in everything part of fire safety. And that escape plan includes working smoke alarms, because that's what gives us the time and notification to implement our escape plan and give us the time to get out. Without a working smoke alarm, these escape plans, not that they're useless, but they're not going to be as effective.
And go low if the house is filling up with smoke.
Definitely. We want to get low, right? Smoke goes up, so where do we go? We go down. We go low.
You talked about fire alarms. Again, spring forward, fall back. Is that still the recommendation for changing those batteries?
Definitely. Still a recommendation. One of the things that we've switched to in our fire service, because we do a very active smoke alarm program, we've gone to the 10-year lithium batteries, which, I mean, we still want to test them, make sure they're working, but they are a whole lot smarter than they ever have been, and they'll let us know when they're starting to get to that age of where they're going to start to fail.
Going out, doing visits during the week, the prevention week next week, and also a coloring contest?
We do have a coloring contest going, so by all means, get out there. If you go to our Facebook or the city's website, that information will be there. As far as our smoke alarm program, that's 7 days, well, not 7 days a week, but we're out probably 30 to 40 weeks of the year. Fire Prevention Week is officially 1 week in Port Colborne.
It's 52
weeks out of the year, so we're very active in the community, and I mean, this is a great great time, though, to get that extra exposure that sometimes we need that little reminder.
Chief Lawson, thanks for joining us, and a reminder to our viewers, please make sure you go over your escape plan. Thanks again.
Thank you.